Hi, I'm Kim Verdensky. I am your student's AP Research teacher, and I am hosting this brief overview of our course so that students and parents have a little bit of an introduction of to what to expect for the year. This is my second year teaching the AP Research course. However, it is my 17th year at Pinellas Park High School and my 12th year teaching composition courses as dual enrollment as well as at SPC. So I'm very well versed on the expectations of the college level research and writing process, and I really look forward to all of your students' amazing ideas throughout the year. This is a very independent course where I kind of guide the students through the process and they really dive deep into something of interest. The biggest objective is that the student has to identify a gap within their research. So they do have to do a fair amount of foundational research to find the details of what is already known about their subject. And then ultimately, they are writing a 4,000 to 5,000 word academic paper. The paper will include a lot of research and documentation. Much of this will be able to be done in the classroom. However, there might be times where, yes, they will have to do things at home as well. So, I encourage the students throughout the year to please plan appropriately, to use their time wisely while in classroom, to ask questions. I cannot personally edit their papers. So we will do a lot of peer reviews and mini conferences and mini lectures with the writing process and the research process. Um, I think this is one of the greatest courses that a student can take because it allows them the freedom to explore something that they're interested in. This interest can align with their potential career or their potential college curriculum and really allow them an opportunity to dive deep in something that they like. So as you can see from the slide, they will have to produce a 4,000 to 5,000 word paper. They will also have to produce a 15 to 20-minute presentation at the end of the year. Both of these things are not due ultimately until April. And the student's grade in the course does not directly correlate to what the student may or may not earn on an AP exam. If a student participates actively in class and completes all of the class activities, it would be expected that the student does well in both the class and on the AP exam. However, there are times where that does not always prove to be true. So we will look at a lot of student samples. We'll do a lot of self evaluation as well as peer evaluation to help make sure that the students are doing their best to meet the mark. So to continue on with the idea of research, they have to identify a research question or project goal of their own choosing, an area of personal interest. Then they will gather information for background and context of the research project or goal. Then the student must identify their particular design of research and identify resources to develop their proposal. At this point, I'm encouraging everyone to think about an expert advisor. That would be someone that is either in the school or in the community that they may be able to reach out to and explain to them what they're doing and have this other professional and adult act as an advisor for them. The advisor still cannot like edit their paper or give them sources, but as an experienced adult in a profession, they might be able to provide some insight that a student might not have. We will be submitting official proposals and receive approval from the county that we may continue with their processes. So there are a lot of things that we have to make sure that we're not infringing on anyone's personal information. We also have to make sure that we're not infringing on any policies that would endanger anyone's health. So far, everyone's topics have seemed appropriate and acceptable. So we will begin discussing how do we do this proposal that needs to be approved by the county. After that is done, we will start with the analyzing and evaluating of the evidence and start to synthesize it all together into their essay. We will continuously work on avoiding plagiarism, and that we will hopefully make sure that their essay includes all of the components that they need to be successful on that exam at the end of the year. To help them with this process, I have uploaded a few. I have uploaded a few videos into the AP Classroom, and this will allow them to access materials even if I am not with them in the classroom. So bear with me here just a moment while I change my screens. Right, so now I've opened up our classroom in Canvas, and there isn't a lot in here because so much of what we are doing is in the AP Classroom. So I shared the AP Classroom link with students, and I have uploaded a number of videos for the students to utilize and that we will be discussing in class as well. But if at any point in time a student misses a class or needs to review information, they can always go to AP Classroom to review that material. It's kind of like a textbook supplement. We do have an in-class textbook that we will be using, but much of our content is really based upon what the student is doing individually, and then reflecting on and sharing back their findings. This week, we really started talking about sources that the students have already found and how they're evaluating their sources and how they're going to develop their topics. So in the home area of our Canvas course, I did post a little announcement that if I'm absent, to please continue working on the videos in the AP Classroom. I've also included the same information that I sent home with the students the first week of school about the general processes and general objectives of our course. Most importantly, please email me if you have any questions about anything. There will be grades in Focus or Portal, however you choose to refer to it. But we won't have a lot of assignments because, again, so much of this is requiring the students to do independent inquiry that I want to provide as much time as possible for them to do that in class, to alleviate any additional strain on them outside of class. There will be some time still that the students will need to work on this project, this year-long goal outside of class. But I try to give as much time as possible in class to work on it. So again, there aren't going to be a lot of graded assignments, but there will be some to help the students monitor their progress. Remember, the ultimate goal is a 4,000 to 5,000 word paper, but the paper has very detailed expectations, which we will continue to cover throughout the semester. Also, I want to remind everyone that if you need to contact me, please do so. I'm happy to help students and their families understand the expectations however I can. And at this point, I am sorry that I could not be present for the back to school event, but I do teach a composition course at St. Petersburg College on Tuesday evenings, so I was unable to host a live meeting. But I ask again that you please email me if you have any questions. And then just keep in mind that the students will be going through the process of choosing their topic, designing their method of research. They at some point might have to conduct a survey of peers and community members. And again, they'll be submitting a proposal. They're encouraged to connect with an expert advisor. So if you might be able to help them with making those connections, that would be amazing. And we will also collect a portfolio throughout the year. I'm currently using Google Drive because it allows for greater interaction for peers to comment on each other as opposed to Microsoft Office. So I have shared the Google Drive file and folders with all of the students and will continue to do so. But again, if at any point in time there is any issue with technology, I know it's our best friend when it works well, but it's also our worst enemy when it doesn't work well. So we all run into technology difficulties. I am willing to work with students through those and any other issue that might arise throughout the semester. But I just wanted to take an opportunity to introduce myself and please remind you that I am here to help your student be successful. I did send home a letter that I also asked for a parent or family member to provide a email address so that I could share communication. Many of the students have returned those, and I am still working on compiling the email groups. But as soon as I do so, I will send out emails as reminders to where we are and what we're doing. So I really believe that communication is key. So I try to keep as open as possible. I did also provide students with a Google number that they may text. It is simply a text number only, and it is really only for emergencies or very short questions. You know, if someone's on the edge about they don't know what to do with their paper, or they can't figure out how to submit something. I did obviously give some guidelines for that number, that I too have a family and other obligations outside of the classroom, but that I will always do my best to meet them where they are and help them however I can. So I hope this has maybe cleared up any concerns or interests that you might have had about the course. There really will not be a lot of assignments or content posted in Canvas, but I will do my best to put major announcements there and major content. But for the most part, everything will be in AP Classroom, where they can access the videos and the content that is created by the nationwide board. And then I'll be using Google Drive so that we can all share and comment on each other's work. And then I'll post periodic grades into Focus. Please reach out if at any point in time you have any questions or concerns. And I look forward to a great year with everybody. And I always love this opportunity to learn about the students' ideas and perspectives on the world we live in. So again, thank you very much. And I look forward to an awesome year. Please email me if you have any questions. Thank you.